What's going on? It's Chris and Emily from Lifter LMS, and you know what day it is? It's Feature Friday, now on Tuesday. Today, we've got an exciting Feature Friday for you. We're going to help you get more sales, communicate better on your website, build better landing pages by showing you how to use testimonials in WordPress. So a testimonial is like a quote somebody says about the business. It could be a review of sorts. But testimonials create something called social proof, where when you're, explaining a product or a service on a website, and then you put the real words of real people who experience the product or the service, you put their headshot, some words that they said, and you put that on your website, the message is a lot more compelling and it's a richer form of communication. So testimonials are an important part of most websites. But particularly for online education websites, definitely recommend having testimonials about what people think about the training or the coaching or the school or whatever kind of e-learning application it is. Emily's going to take us on a tour of how to set up testimonials the easy way with WordPress. Over to you, Emily.
Thanks, Chris. So jumping in, WordPress offers a few ways to create testimonial blocks, and lately we've been taking a tour of breaking down all the blocks that WordPress has to offer and how you can add them to your Lifter LMS website. With the Sky Pilot theme, more users of Lifter LMS are working with blocks than ever, so this is a great time. WordPress itself offers you a testimonial block. It looks something like this. You can add a heading to your testimonial, you can add some text to the testimonial, and like Chris said, a headshot and a title and name. You don't have to add everything, so you don't have to add like a title. You could leave that one blank. So if we filled out Emily at Lifter LMS, we could put a photo in here. Pretty straightforward to work with these. We have this. This is best product ever. I've been using it for years and have all the add-ons. So you can get feedback from your users in multiple different ways, and we'll talk about that in a second. But you can display it with the testimonial block like this, but we also have some additional options if you're a Lifter LMS Aircraft user. One of the main things Aircraft does for your website is format blocks for you ahead of time. So when we're adding patterns in Aircraft, there's a testimonials category, and we've developed a few options. Testimonials are fundamentally social proof, showing that other people, other companies love your product. So that could be company logos if you work with bigger companies or have been featured in news articles, stuff like that. There's this section, praise from our students. You can obviously change these titles when you insert them, but it's like a 2 testimonial grid, a 4 testimonial grid, and then a singular testimonial grid. One of the things Lifter LMS Aircraft put into this testimonial space for our Lifter LMS users is the star feature. You can see on the back end there are these little short codes, and each of them generates a star when you view it on the front end. So we can simply swap out the text, images, headings, etc. We're building our own version of testimonial blocks, so if you have a testimonial, don't necessarily have to use the block WordPress has to offer. You could build your own or use one of our pre-made ones. In addition to creating testimonial blocks in the back end, there are products like Cadence or Spectra that offer their own testimonial block with some additional formatting options, and placement of your testimonials is super important. We could talk about that, but what do you think, Chris, about the testimonial block? And do you want to do a demo of, or do you want me to dive into a demo of where to put these things?
Yeah, that's awesome. I just had one question. We saw how to add the Aircraft testimonial patterns. Where's the native WordPress testimonial block or pattern? Where do you get that?
Yeah, so you grab that from the WordPress block area. So if you click the plus icon in the upper left-hand corner and I type in testimonial, the one I was working with was the testimonials block right here. And that might be a Cadence block as well. But our demo sites use Cadence blocks. So these block libraries that I mentioned, they're super easy to add. But yeah, I was using the testimonial block there. You can also type in your block building page a / and then you can start typing testimonials and get a testimonial block that'll pull up all your patterns and blocks available to you. You could type a heading, you could do /image. This is a feature that not many people know how to do. So you can either go to the plus icon, add a testimonial block that way, or do / and start typing testimonial. But yeah,
if you would, just one more thing I just want to show. If you can pull up another tab and just go to the Lifter LMS homepage on the front end and find the Nick Usborne testimonial. I just want to mention one other thing you can do is if you can develop your own kind of testimonial pattern like we've done here, which is just a heading, a picture with a circle crop, the testimonial itself is bolded and in quotes, and then we have the byline and the title, and you can then save that pattern. We have other videos on creating saved patterns and sync patterns and all these things that you can do. So there's many different ways to do testimonials. SkyPilot is the Aircraft, which works with SkyPilot and any other modern block-based theme, full site editing theme. Aircraft will work with and give you the testimonials easily. But if you think about it and look at it, this is sort of the basic structure. And if you want to make it more review-like, you can add the 5 stars or the 4 stars and things like that. But I'll pass it back to you, Emily. Where should people think about putting these things on their LMS website?
Yes. Oh no, I pulled up my screen. That was my screen with Nick's face. Where you want to think about adding these items on your website. Testimonials are usually very useful pre-sale. So when we're on our homepage, when we're on our course page, or when we're on the purchase page, these are the first things I think about. And I have a special featured suggestion at the end. I'm all about teaching people in Lifter how to sell more and have good testimonial placement and all the copywriting stuff you need to sell. But think about those 3 pages: my homepage, the core sales page, and the purchase page. Any point along the decision ladder. So the purchase page is one that most people in Lifter LMS, they don't think about editing. You can click the edit page at the top of any purchase page, and you can see Lifter LMS checkout is the shortcode, and we can't edit it, so people usually just kind of forget about this page because it's simply a shortcode. But what we can do is put a testimonial grid of 2, maybe at the top, and we could say, we'll insert our testimonials from customers and community people. But let's see, can I view a course page and go to checkout? The formatting of this may need to be collapsed a little bit, but let's jump to enroll for $500. So praise for the Academy. It's probably a little bit too tall to have these specific testimonials at the top, but maybe we could do a single column one or 2 stacked on top of each other. And our purchase page titles get in the game. But yeah,
or put them in the bottom, or put them in columns, like so that the checkout's kind of next to it. There's all kinds of options there to squeeze it in. But definitely, I like on the checkout page, if you have one that's like related to return on investment, like, just a quick testimonial that's like, hey, this course was 10 times as valuable as the cost, or, it speaks to the results. You just remove the friction on the checkout with real, honest words. You don't want to put fake testimonials on. Do real ones. And one thing I'll add is sometimes people don't just give you these on a silver platter. Sometimes you have to listen. And if somebody's like says something like that, like, hey, your course is worth 100 times what you're charging for it, I might then ask that person, like, hey, would you mind if I put that as a quote or testimonial on the website with your headshot next to that? Would that be okay? It would really mean a lot to me. And they'll say yes. So just a couple pro tips there.
Yeah, those are great tips for getting those testimonials. And so if you think homepage testimonials, sales page testimonials, and purchase page, this is a great place to demonstrate social proof. And the last special place that you can put a testimonial is within your free lessons. A great marketing tip for Lifter LMS users is that you can use the free lesson feature. So on any lesson, you can toggle a button that says free lesson, which means that you can send this out on social media or wherever you're promoting content. Maybe it's a Facebook ad that turns into a lesson, and that lesson is designed to give people a sample to convert to purchasing. We can add a testimonial block on that free lesson, because that's another place people will be thinking about making a buying decision. So a lot of places you want to put testimonial demonstrating social proof everywhere, but having those free lessons, which is another feature of Lifter, is really great for having another opportunity to give people access to your content and make a conversion decision. A lot of words today. What do you think, Chris?
That was awesome. And if I may just sprinkle one more pro tip, on the last lesson of your course or near the end, that's a great place to ask for a testimonial from your users. You can put a form on a lesson, and you can even make it required if you really want feedback or you want them to leave a testimonial. But that's a great way. This is an example using Ninja Forms and the Lifter LMS Ninja Forms integration add-on to collect feedback at the end of a course. So this is a great way to kind of automate the collection of testimonials. So it's something that's worth doing. That's it for this Feature Friday. Smash the like button, tell your friends, drop a comment down below, let us know what video you'd like for us to make for you next, and we hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.